I'm not that guy that likes stuff that's just minimal acceptable. There's enough passion there and drive. Here's the result of what I want. Got to outwork everybody else to be there. Oh, people love to come in here, man. They love to come in here. It's a reflection of a lot of history, you know, for sure. But the knowledge that was gained from a lot of the things that are reflected in this office, as well as the relationships, kind of defines what we do, who we are. I grew up a country kid. Hey, we played baseball, football, all that stuff, worked a lot. I went to work at Ben Hogan Company. I had no idea that I would ever make a spark on a forging. But I know when I went in that shop down there and I saw Jack Mathis back there grinding on those parts, I'm like, that is so cool. And that's where I met Tom Stites, and I think he had to sell his soul for the guys over there to want to hire a hayseed guy like me. But he's like, he always says, I told him, Mike, this boy's from the country, he can fix things. Gene was the master model maker at Ben Hogan Company. And the first day I met that man, I had no idea how much he would mean to me. He was a brilliant guy, way ahead of his time. He was the ears that listened to Mr. Hogan. I saw what I recognized was the respect, things that they did and how they took care of athletes and those relationships. You know, there was a lot of sparks there. You're lucky when you have somebody that is known to have some skills, that's good at things, and they set the bar for you. It's right there in front of my eyes. How good do you want to be? I started out wanting to be as good as him. I like things that can be controlled from a consistency standpoint. How consistent can you be? We start with a blank like this. We look at our build sheet. We've got all the stamps, the coloring, the shaft, the links. So it's always there at my fingertips to reference what's been done in the past. No one has a bigger file back in the day than Tiger, right? This is where I typically start with kind of roughing some things in. That's the roughest belt on this side of the line. I think if you look at back in the beginning when we started doing work for Tiger, we had to do some measuring. We had to do, you know, that foundation. He gives us feedback, we react to the feedback, and, you know, and then that came to developing products specifically for him to play at the level that he plays. Hey, you hand Eric Clapton a guitar, it don't sound like when you hand me one, man. Golf equipment has evolved. We're always looking at, you know, the past. This is history, man. This is the history of where, you know, all this was a part of why we make what we make today. No one that we've ever worked with in our career that have been the #1 player did it without having probably put the effort in to get those tools in place that elevated the expectations of themselves when they were in competition. I like golf because it's a process. It's a process that it starts with a beginning, and I got to see the final result. You have some control of how a number of components end up creating a valuable tool for someone.